Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Sri Lakshmi Nrusimha Parabrahmane Namaha. Namaskarams to all. With the special blessings of Sri Lakshmi Nrusimha Swami, we are all privileged to hear about him, stories about his deeds, temples, and some details to my mind's knowledge. From the starting episode, we have been hearing Nrusimha Karavalamba. This week, the story of it, how it was written by the Adi Shankaracharya. The Jagat Guru was travelling broad and wide through this Bharata Desha, spreading his philosophy of Advaita. He was taking part in healthy arguments, whereas he tried to establish his philosophies all over. Because of him only today we are under the umbrella of the Shanmata, wherein he established 6 strong headings and brought all small religions under all these 6 heads. A greatest service to the religious spiritual world of our Akhanda Bharatam. Now the story of Nrusimha Karavalamba. Adi Shankara was a saint, a sannyasin, who was undergoing trips all over, taking part in arguments, Vedanta lectures, Vivada Mimamsam, all branches of Advaita, establishing his philosophy. Now, during one such argument was going on, a lady whose husband lost himself to Adi Shankara questioned him regarding samsara, that included literal family life. Shankara himself, being a saint, had no practical knowledge of such, and he could only answer with his jnana, the inner knowledge. The lady refused to accept that. Now Adi Shankara got 1 year of time from her and decided to exchange his soul from his physical body to some other human body, study about the worldly pleasure, and then answer her. That particular time, there was the king of Kashi, present-day Benares, who had no such high reputation and was in his deathbed. The Adi Shankara decided to change his soul into the body of the king. On the bank of the Ganges, inside a small cave, he entrusted 4 of his prime disciples, including Padmapata, to look after his physical body for 1 whole year, wherein he will be in the body of the king of Kashi. A temporary arrangement was made with immediate effect, and the king of Kashi escaped death, came back to life again, and started ruling the famous kingdom. Now the prime minister of the kingdom sensed something amiss, because he knows his beloved king very well. A good-for-nothing person now seems to be very noble and loved by his subjects. He immediately ordered his close aides to look for something that happened indifferently in and around Kashi recently. They dutifully replied, 4 brahmacharis are in the cave on the banks of Ganga and are very much protective of the cave, or there seems to be a body lying inside. The minister, a very intelligent person, judged everything correctly and immediately ordered his soldiers to burn down the body when the disciples of Adi Shankara goes out. One morning, everyone, including Padmapata, the prime disciple, went out of the cave for taking their regular bath. These soldiers immediately set fire to the body lying inside. Adi Shankara, in his capacity of the king, started to feel the heat, and through his jnana drishti asked Padmapata to run into and look into and save his body. Padmapata immediately tried to douse off the fire, within which time the one side of the Adi Shankara's hand had completely got burned down. He rushed to the spot and with closed eyes summoned the blessings of our Sri Lakshmi Nrusimha Yoga Nrusimha Swami, whom Adi Shankara believed would rest to him when he is in distress. That was the time when Sri Lakshmi Nrusimha Karavalambam was composed by the famous Adi Shankaracharya, and he got his hands freshly back. Okay, this week the beautiful Lakshmi Nrusimha of Tirukoshtiyur Divya Desam. This is the place where all the Asuras, Shiva, Brahma, everyone formed together into a meeting and decided to plead to Lord Sriman Narayana to curb the atrocities of Hiranyakashipu. The presiding deity of this temple is Sri Chokka Narayana, alias Sri Saumya Narayana Perumal, with in the reclining posture. The Thayar is Mahalakshmi, who is known by her name Thiruma Magal. When you do the Periya Pratakshanam or a circle, You can't take off your eyes from the two Ugra Narasimha Swami's murtis on both the sides, wherein Narasimha performs the Hiranyakashipu Vatam. Beautiful carvings, which is so lively, where you could feel the presence of Narasimha there if you dare stand there for some time. This is said to be the Goshtipura Kshetram, as the plan was hatched here by the Devas to destroy Hiranyakashipu. When you try to enter Vaikunta, you will be questioned by the Jaya Vijaya about your visit to Tirukkoshtiur, and if you give a negative answer, then you have to come to this earth again and have the darshan of Tirukkoshtiur and go back. Such a very important Divya Desham. Next Kshetram I would say about is Inji Medu. It is near Cheyyar, some 25 kilometers from Vandavasi, at least 100 kilometers from Chennai. The main deity is Varadaraja Perumal and Perundevi Thayar. The adjoining sanctum is Sri Kalyana Lakshmi Narasimha Swami. Numerous saints and spiritual persons emerged from here, and this was called as the Sri Narasimha Pura Kshetram before. The speciality of this Narasimha Swami is that he will be wearing his beautiful silver chapels, ready to serve his Bhagavatas with no single second of delay. Such a Shaulabhyam, this Injimedu Lakshmi Narasimha. The Kshetram is very particularly famous for prayers regarding marriage alliances. People here offer their prayers done through turmeric raw tubers to Perundevi Thayar for at least 45 days and presented to Thayar. There is a very great belief that marriages happen immediately. So Narasimha Priya, so all of you would visit Injimeru Narasimha Kshetram.
Prahlada Narada Parashara Pundarikau Vyashati Bhagavata Punkava Hirannivasa Bhaktanurakta Paripalana Parijata Nrusimha Mamatehi Karavalambam. Hey Lakshmi Narasimha Swami, who is residing in the red lotus hearts of Prahlada, your favorite beloved Bhagavata, Narada the sage, Parashara the author of Sri Vishnu Purana and Vyasa. You are the divine flower, the Parijata, who resides in the heart of your Priya Bhagavatas. You are present in the hearts of all your devotees, in the minds and thoughts of all the Bhagavatas, one and alike. We expect your lotus hands to be united with us, with your lovable anugraham to lift us from this samsara shagara, to be united with you, your lotus feet. Srimate Nihamanta Mahadeshikaya Namaha.